Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. Now this video I had to do. I've been obviously on social media the last couple of days, and it's been in my mind, to do this video, and it's very much Borough related. It's in terms of our manager. Now, a lot of people don't really like him. Let's be honest, a lot of Borough fans are kind of asking for him to leave. A few Borough fans saying let's give him a chance. Me personally, I don't really know which boat I'm in. I'm kind of in the middle with the guy. Like, he's frustrating me, but at the same time, my mind's saying, give him time. But then at the same time, I think, well, he isn't really doing much for us at the minute. We're not very consistent. He's winding me up. There's two sides to this for me, but I want to see what you guys think. So at the end of this video, I want you guys to let me know in the comments. Any points I make, you tell me exactly what you think of them, and whether you're monk in or monk out. Because I'd love to know what makes you really want monk out. I mean, I've got some things written down in front of me. I've done some research. And like I say, I've got to make this video. It's something I've got to do because I really want to know. I really want to know what you guys think, and I kind of want to address things that I've obviously read about. I mean, there's been a lot of talk on social media the last couple of days, and to be honest with you, the last few weeks regarding Gary Monk. I mean, the guy's come in, obviously from Leeds. He's been backed by the chairman. He's got every single player he wanted, backed by maybe a few. And it isn't really working, is it? I mean, let's be honest, it's not really working for us. Now, is that Monk's tactics? Who knows? Is it his backroom staff? Is it the coaches we've got? Who knows to why Borough aren't performing? But we aren't performing, and that's the truth. We aren't performing. We're getting beat off teams that really, in this league, if you want to go, you've got to be beaten convincingly. And these teams are turning us over. So, the stats I've got written down for now might be interesting to some of you. They might not be interesting to other people. So, as we said, we're 10th in the league on 32 points. Now, that's not great. To be 10th in the league after spending 50 million in the summer, midpoint of the season, you could say, it's not fantastic. It's not looking great for us. Let's be honest. I mean, we're 15 points off second, and we're 19 points off first. That's a big gap. 15 points is a big gap in this division to try and make up. Now, people have said to me, and I don't know why people have been thinking this is an acceptable thing to sort of believe, that if we go to the playoffs, so a few people have been saying, that if we go to the playoffs, and Borough get to the final, which would be fantastic, but Borough get beat in the final, it then turns into a great season for Gary Monk. And I don't understand that. I don't understand where that's coming from. I don't understand how that's a good season. The fact that if Borough, stay where they are, but then Borough push up, and people have said if we go to the playoffs and we get beat in the final, then it's a terrific season. I don't get where people have got that from. Because for me, that's paper of the cracks. Now, Gary Monk has come in, and let's be honest with you, he's not won anything in his managerial career. Now, that might be a bit harsh, regarding that he's not been at that many clubs, but them clubs only spent a season at both them clubs, being Swansea, the team he played for, and being Leeds. And then he left them clubs and obviously went to different clubs. Now, I'm kind of thinking to myself, that wouldn't be a great season. But the great season for me would be getting the top two. Gibson's come out at the start of the season and said our aim is to smash the league. And at the minute, we're not smashing the league. Gary Monk, he's not filling us full of confidence. He's not filling the fans full of confidence at the minute. This time we were in the championship last time, we just beating Brighton 3-0 away. And we were sailing in that championship. When we played Derby a few games later, it was a massive game in that season, to really pull away. We've got a massive game this weekend at Sheffield Wednesday, and it's not even to go top or second. It's to go I think we can only go one place up, but maybe it's not even a place up. So, what's gone wrong? What's gone wrong for the start of the season? I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, Borough lost to Wolves, we beat Sheffield United, got beat off Forest, and to be honest with you, the only teams we can really say we've dominated, or just won. The teams in the bottom three, being Bolton, Burton, Birmingham, them teams. I mean, the thing I don't get with Middlesbrough, and maybe it's just the tactics or the manager or whatever, is inconsistency. You play Ipswich, and you play them unbelievably well. I mean, they are the second highest goal scorers in this division behind Wolves. I apologise, I still got a bit of a chest infection. Second highest goal scorers behind Wolves, and we, our defence boss their strikers. You go play Millwall and get bullied off Steve Morrison for literally the full 90 minutes. And I don't get how we can beat a team that's above us, chasing that promotion, till you go to a team that's 6 points off relegation and you get beat off them. In the way we got beat. In the sloppiness we got beat. And if I'm honest with you, we didn't even look up for it. You know, before the game, you had Grant Ledbetter clapping his hands at the players who were doing the pre-warm-ups. And I was thinking to myself, are these boys not fired up? Is the fact that Gary Monk, as I said, hasn't got the skill to motivate these players? Something's got to give. Something's got to give in this team. Now, I read a few interesting things, and the one thing that got me was when Borough concede and when Borough score. Now, there's only one time when Borough score the most goals, 14%, and that's in the 71st to the 80th minute, is when Borough score the most goals, or when Borough score goals. Don't get me wrong, Borough scored many other goals, but the highest percentage is in that time. We've conceded a lot. I mean, we concede between the 0 and 10th minute, the 11th and the 20th minute, the 31st and the 40th minute, the 51st and the 60th minute, and the 71st and the 80th minute. Compared to us, who only score really the highest in the 71st and 80th minute. We're literally conceding every single minute. Not every single minute, in sections. But that doesn't look good to... You know, that should be our... Borough should be scoring instead of conceding in that time. And we should be maybe conceding in the 71st, 80th minute. But Borough should be scoring in the 0 and 10th, 11th and 20th, etc. But we're not. We're conceding a lot in that time. And that worries me. I mean, we've conceded over 30 goals already this season. And I look at this season and I just think it's becoming a flop. See, it's becoming a flop. You know, you see, I don't know whereabouts we're going in this division. I don't know what's going on. I've seen fans today, when I'm at work, come up to me and say, you know, I've sold my ticket for Sheffield Wednesday because I don't want to go, because I'm not excited. No, you know, not even that they're struggling for money, but people are selling tickets because they don't want to go and watch the football club. When we were in the Championship against Brighton, it was sold out away because people wanted to watch this football club because Borough were playing well. Borough were giving us something back. And so far this season, we can't say they're giving us anything back. We're 10th. And we're not exactly playing well. Now, Gary Monk doesn't even have an assistant. He doesn't have one. His nearest person to him, sits next to him, is James Beattie. And he trains the strikers. And it's kind of like, we're very unprepared for this league. Now, I come back to, am I Monk in or am I Monk out? Well, at the minute, I'm kind of still a bit Monk in. But the bit that's telling me Monk out is the fact that we're not having the greatest season. But that's okay, because I believe in giving a manager time. But he's testing my patience. I can understand why fans want this guy out. I can understand completely. You know, we pay a lot of money in season tickets and train tickets, bus tickets, Borough coach travel to go up in another country and watch his team. And when they're not performing, like Saturday, like Bristol City, you know, like Leeds away, you know, you can see why fans get frustrated with this team and the management. I kind of question, you know, does he have the motivation? At half time, can he really tell them off and get them fired up for a second half? Because I've seen him many times this season when we've got beat at half time and they come out and it's the same team, they're not fired up for it, they're just, you know, it's almost like the players get there and they think, right, okay, we have to play a 90-minute game of football now. That's what it almost feels like. I mean, it's got to the point where the players are ignoring the fans after the game. You know, it literally gives us no time against Millwall. Hardly any of the players come up to us and clapped us for making that long journey. It's like, you know, I know you're frustrated because you just played the game, but we're the fans, you know. We are the fans. I mean, Millwall away, don't get me wrong, there was a few empty seats, but obviously we could only have the top tier. There's over 1,500 Borough fans there on Saturday. And hardly any of them come up to us and clapped us. And it gets me thinking. You know, I seen one post that said, these players don't deserve the fans. I mean, do you agree with that? I mean, it's shocking the fact that we as fans, you know, we don't see that level of respect of the players, of a little bit of appreciation at the end of the game. All we want is a clap. Just clap us, you know, for making the journey. Do you know what I mean? We get behind them all game. You know, okay, the atmosphere might go dead for a little while, but you know there's always going to be a song getting sung, and people can join in if they want to join in, depending on how you're feeling in your own mind about the game. But for them to not come over and appreciate the fans after many games I've been to this season, home and away, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth. You know, you just want a bit of appreciation, but you also want to see a performance. You know, I've seen so many times this season whereabouts we've not looked on it. We don't look bothered. And it's kind of like, I don't know what's going wrong. You know? And obviously we've seen, well, I've not seen, I've read and heard that Aitor Karanka and Steve Gibson were together in Spain a few days ago. What does that mean? Who knows what that means? But does it mean that Karanka does it mean he could be potentially coming back? Who knows? But something's got to give, and that's what I'm saying. For something's got. I mean, I've read out my stats. You know, 41% of the matches won this season so far, and that's not even half. Not even half the games, really. We've only won 41%, and it's like, it's not looking good for him at the minute, Gary Monk. It's not looking good for him, and something's got to give for me, because the fans are turning, and it's only going to get worse. And I can understand why the fans turn. You know, I went to Millwall, and there was fighting at half time. There was fighting at full time. People in front of me were, you know, starting on each other, and it's frustration. It boils over. It gets to us fans, you know, because we love this football club. And when we are seeing the performances, it annoys us. It frustrates us, and that's why I'm saying something's got to give. Something's got to give. Now, maybe he's doing all he can at the club. Maybe he is. But we're not getting the performances. We're not getting the results. For me, something's got to give. Otherwise, it could be time up for Gary Monk. You know, he signed a 3-year deal. We know this. And Steve Gibson obviously likes to stand by his manager. Likes to stand by the manager. But you know, if something doesn't give, you know, maybe we're going to lose the fans. The fans aren't going to want to come and watch us, because you got to think, you know, people work in this town. It's a hard-working town, and we, you know, not a lot of people have got a lot of money around this side of the town. And when we get a bit of money, the first thing we all think of, you know, for football fans is, let's go and watch the Borough this weekend. Webber's are playing. Let's get some tickets. Let's get some travelling for away. Let's go and watch the lads. And when we get beat the way we get beaten, when we fight very lacklustre and whatnot, it annoys you, and it annoys the crap out of you, because you think you work all week and you look forward to the next game, and they go out and they play the way they do. Again, like Leeds, like Bristol City, like it's just like they did at Millwall, and it frustrates the life out of you. You know, our next game, Sheffield Wednesday, like I've said, I've seen people that have said they've sold the tickets to other people because they don't want to go. And that's fair enough. That's what they want to do. That's fair enough. But I can understand why fans are frustrated now. You know, things aren't looking great. Let's be honest, things are not looking great at the minute. Something's got to give. I don't know, I mean, Gary Monk's assistant at Leeds is now manager of Oxford. He doesn't have an assistant, really. And if his assistant's James Beattie, then... you know what I mean? What are we supposed to say to that? You know? But something's got to give, and I just want to make this video to see what your opinions are on it. To see what your opinions are on Gary Monk, and if you're monking a Monk out or not. I've read you some of the stats. That's it. That's my own opinion on it. Is I'm monking in the respect of I like to give a manager time and see exactly what they can do. But I'm monk out in the way that he's frustrating me, especially the way he's playing, and the way that I don't think he gets him motivated enough. Honestly, that's just my own opinion on things. You guys let me know exactly what you think in the comments. And yeah, I just thought we'd have a chat about Gary Monk really, and just see exactly what everyone was thinking about him. You know, we're midpoint in the season, and I've said before, I'll tell everyone after Aston Villa whether or not I think Borough will get promoted. And you know, I can tell you right now that I don't think we will be. And it's sad to say, but I don't think we will be promoted at the end of the season. I think we are in for a long season, unless something gives. I don't see it changing. Sheffield Wednesday on Saturday. Obviously, my preview for the match will be out tomorrow, and like I say, you'll find out exactly what I think about that. But just before I go, you know, regards to Leo Berkovic. Obviously, I heard about the sad news myself, like many other Borough fans did. And like I say, if you ever, just want you to let you know that my thoughts are, you are in my prayers, and all my thoughts go to you and your family. I guess it must be tough. Losing one of your children must be hard. The way you lost, obviously the way your daughter went. So, Leo, sorry for your loss, man. And I say, man, you'll always be in my heart as a legend at Middlesbrough. I thought you were fantastic. The passion you showed on the touchline, and the way you carried yourself was fantastic at this club. And I say, sorry for your loss, Leo. And I hope you and your family, can stay strong at this tough time, because I'm sure it isn't easy. So, really sorry for your loss, Leo, and I hope you and your family stay strong, and yeah, rest in peace to your daughter. Really, I'm really sorry. But you Borough fans, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow for my preview of Middlesbrough Sheffield Wednesday. Up the Borough.